Guest speaker is Navina Reddy, and she is a dietitian. We're very excited to have her because we always worry about our POTS and our medication and in our diet. Like, for example, Charlotte, who likes to eat Cheetos. You might want to have a little talk with her after the meeting. There we go. This is why we have the dietitian with us today. Navina has actually been working alongside with Dr. Potts to help his patients for the last 4 years. And she has helped, I know I call him Dr. Potts. Well, sorry. That's my nickname for him. I'm sorry. Dr. Suleiman from Potts patients. Sorry. And we have this on tape, don't we?
You guys zoom on that thing?
She also has diet for diabetics and other health issues that she's been doing over 10 years. Because POTS is so new and the diagnosis is so new, she's now getting very interested and very involved in helping POTS patients with Dr. Suleiman and other doctors. So we are very glad to welcome, actually she has a website too, and she's going to hand out some stuff. So make sure everybody gets a handout because she's handing out food, a website, and some recipes. And one of the things we want on our website, which we also now have, is we want to have a section with dietary information and nutrition and recipes. And so she's going to help us get that started. So we're very excited to have Navina with us. So let's give her a hand.
Yay!
Well, thank you so much for making me part of this wonderful group. So I hope to be here again in future. And of course, I'm going to be on the website too, I guess. So yeah, that's even more exciting. Okay, how many of you are newly diagnosed with POTS? Okay, 3 of you. Okay, for most of you, you've been dealing with it for a while. So, what is the goal of the sodium content in your meals per day? I'm just trying to check your knowledge. Anybody knows what?
4 grams.
Huh?
4 grams.
Okay.
10 grams.
Good answers?
You're 10 grams.
10 grams. Yes. The reason why we use
She's like a walking salt tablet.
a typical American diet is about 4 grams per day, but with POTS you need to raise it to 10 grams, so it's like more than twice the amount of sodium what you would have been taking in. And everybody knows the reasoning, and I already talked to Nathan, but the reason for the high sodium diet is to raise the blood volume or to raise the blood pressure. And so the sodium or the diet here is actually, should be treated as medicine and not just food. You know, for the rest of us it's like only food, but when you have POTS, it's your medicine too. So, because it can make you feel way on the other side of the world compared to where you are. To give you a little summary of what the high sodium diet entails, how many of you like processed foods? That's it? My daughter there, I'm sure she would get both hands up there if I let her. Okay. Well, the processed foods is something all my life I've been telling people that that's not good for you, and of course you need to be going natural, and it's you know, like poison for you, more like. But when it comes to the POTS treatment, I have to say our treatment is the processed foods, because that's the way and the easiest way to get your sodium up to 10,000 milligrams per day. So what are some of the processed foods that you've been having? The seniors, you want to tell any good tips for the juniors?
What was the question?
What are some of the high processed foods that you are eating right now?
Soup. Soup.
Yes.
Maybe deli meats.
Deli meats. Yes.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon is awesome.
All
Even-
right.
Well, okay, everybody knows bacon's awesome, but even turkey bacon if you ask or just look on the package, one slice will have anywhere between 1 and 250 milligrams of sodium for one slice.
That's right.
So, yeah.
And it takes 4 turkey bacon strips to make up the fat content for one regular bacon. But you make a whole lot more sodium out of it than that one strip of regular bacon. So,
Orange juice has a surprising one.
orange juice?
If you're, because orange juice doesn't taste salty and you don't think it's salty. If you look on the back, it's got a high sodium count for something that tastes sweet.
Wow, pickles and olives.
I mean, sodium is something that's present in everything, natural and processed. So,
Frozen foods or frozen meals or like.
that's right, that's another good item that you should have, frozen meals. So anyway, the processed foods that are, that should be the key of your diet could be like bacon, turkey bacon, or vegetable juice. That's not a very popular item when I suggest that. Of course, there's the spicy one that I always bring up. We live in Texas, we're all spicy food eaters, so. Did you try that,
Yeah,
Deacon?
it's really good.
It's good, right? Okay, I got a witness now.
I had the first one last night.
Okay.
You tell me that's V8, like
V8 spicy is very good. So, the regular V8 is not so good. but-
Really? The spicy stuff is good.
You got
That's
lots of salt
right.
on chips.
Chips has a good amount of sodium.
All right, Charlotte, I
But,
think
Deli meats, smoked turkey or ham or usually any kind of smoked meat has a lot of sodium, but not oven roast turkey, even though it's a deli meat. So that's, or roast beef. I prescribe those for my cardiac patients, on the other side. So that's a low sodium food. The other foods that you could be eating are pickles. How many of you like pickles? Yeah, I think that's a good food. Olives. Olives is another good high sodium food. But anyway, the list is big. I have like 25 pages of high sodium foods listed. Maybe we can post that on the website. I pulled that out of USDA website. Meanwhile, before it gets on the website, if anyone is really wanting it right away, I can forward that to either Rachel or Amanda, and they can maybe either get it to you via email or at the next group. But any kind of processed food you think of, ready to eat, store-bought or restaurant-bought food item, it's going to have a good amount of sodium, and that would be a good food for you. When you're out there shopping in the grocery store, key thing to look at on the nutrition label is, of course, the sodium. But anytime you see 800 milligrams per serving, that's the good food for you. If it is a main course item. If it is about 400 milligrams per serving on snack food like chips, then that's good. That's a good high sodium food for you. So for the food to be considered high sodium, it has to have 800 milligrams or more. But sometimes even though turkey bacon, like we were saying, it's not so high, but that's a little strip of turkey bacon doesn't take you too far. You have to have a few strips. So you have to look at it that way. Okay.
Do you know offhand what regular bacon is?
Regular bacon has about 300 to 400 milligrams depending on the brand. But there is also Canadian bacon, which is even more higher than the turkey bacon, but not so high on the fat as the regular bacon. So mostly I put, I ask you to go for the Canadian bacon if you like it. Yes?
If you have high blood pressure, as well as POTS, how do you?
Well, that's a very challenging situation for me. In a sense, I try to not overload, but then we also need to be kind of restrictive. So at that time, I say use caution, watch for that swelling, which is going to happen with the, and if you're gaining more than 2 pounds in a day, you have to stop right away and call the doctor, because that's going to be a serious situation. So
One thing I can say, I don't know if that's the case with you, but Ashley is unusual in the sense that she's got the high blood pressure with the POTS.
Okay.
But once it was strange before we found out she had POTS, we were treating her for high blood pressure and going in. And they determined that actually Dr. Solomon even kind of explained it. He said the adrenal system, POTS can be induced by the adrenal system also.
Right.
You can have the high blood pressure rather than the